So now we're in a really important step here. Keeping things historic and true and authentic is basically where the aniline dyes happen.
Yeah, and I've got gloves on.
I was gonna ask. Am I?
No, we're not doing a physical today.
Okay.
You're good.
And everyone's at lunch right now, but at least we can kind of walk through some stuff and let us know what's happening here.
Yeah, so you know, that cherry red SG, that 59 Les Paul with that cherry red back, beautiful, deep, rich red tone that you see in those guitars. At Custom Shop, we use an aniline dye to achieve that, and it is, you know, it's historically accurate, but it definitely has its drawbacks from a production standpoint. It is not easy to work with. It would be a whole lot easier just to paint a guitar red or a cherry color.
Well, I thought that, I didn't know any better, but like I thought it was just like a what do you call it? A stain or something, like a stain finish you would put on regular wood.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dye, and it contaminates everything.
Oh,
so,
wow.
you know, you work with aniline dye, it gets on you, it gets on, obviously, the guitar. You go and put that guitar on a rack, it transfers to another guitar.
Okay.
So we really have to quarantine the aniline dye. We kind of joke about it, we call it the murder room because it's just looks like blood everywhere.
Okay, so that makes sense. That's why it has to be done in such a small batch environment.
Yeah.
It can't just be done in a big factory, like...
Yeah, we have to keep it very separate from everything.
Okay.
Including all of the racks that we use for aniline dye guitars and all of that. But I can show you, I mean, this guitar has had a first pass of aniline dye. It almost looks brown because it doesn't have lac or anything on it.
Sure.
But you can see just how messy it is even in the application. And, you know, if you were to go set this guitar in a rack, a finishing rack, and then come along and put a white guitar or, you know, a frost blue guitar, you're gonna have big problems because
even if it's dry?
Yeah, that dye is gonna transfer into to another finish. So the sections that we have for aniline dye are only so big, so we can only process so many guitars through there a day. And obviously, since you're not painting it, you're staining it all by hand. They take a lot of time. They dry a little bit differently than guitars going through the normal finish process. Aniline dye is alive and well at Custom Shop. We're still using it today.
So this is staying true to the way we built guitars back in the day. Nothing has changed with that aspect. Okay, that makes sense to me now because I was wondering why it was like something that we couldn't do in a bigger room or just crank out more of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a production friendly process, you know, and that's why you don't see it on a large scale.
Dude, everything is so craft here. Everything is so small and like, you know, it looks to me also about the size of a boutique, you know, guitar company. It's literally a boutique guitar company within Gibson at this moment.
I mean, every time somebody comes in here, whether it's an artist or, you know, a friend or anybody that wants a tour of Custom Shop, they're always blown away by how small it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's always like, man, I pictured this place being so much bigger. And, you know, we got a bunch of interesting characters in here, a bunch of wacky processes, and we're all in tight quarters, and it really makes for a family environment for better or worse at times.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not going to get a chance to talk to everybody, but just the few people that we are getting to talk to today, man, it's incredible to see. They all understand where they are.
Yeah. I mean, it really is a place that is special. You can feel it in the air. I mean, the people that come here want to be here. It's a place that you know, people strive to be a part of this funky bunch that we call Custom Shop. So
very cool, man. All right, well, I'm not shaking your hand after that.
Yeah, well, don't blame you, man.